So the DC universe, or excuse me, I'm thinking about DC, I guess. The Marvel Cinematic Universe is something to marvel at. Would I be incorrect by that statement?
No, that's a good
They have
dad,
made some
dad
banger
joke.
movies. They've made a lot of money. And I think them leading up to Infinity War was perfect. Everything they did, besides Thor the Dark World, everything was great. However, I have one issue with Infinity War.
What is it?
And the one issue I have with it, and it's more, and maybe I'm being more nitpicky, but the last thing you want when you're watching a movie is to feel like you're watching a movie, right? You want to be sucked in so much to this is real, like in this, whether it's Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, comic book movies, whatever it is, you want to feel like you're like this is real.
You want to suspend your disbelief.
Exactly. So when the movie's over, you want to be like, dang, I can't believe it's over. This is so sad. Like that's how I feel when I see a good movie. I'm like, dang, I'm sad it's over. And I hate things that take me out of the movie. Sometimes breaking the fourth wall does that, but sometimes it's more funny. Like, I won't get into that. However, my one problem with Infinity War is when Doctor Strange goes into the future and sees everything that could possibly happen.
But does your friend often do that?
Strange, we all right? Be back here.
Hey, what was that?
Went forward in time to view alternate futures, to see all the possible outcomes of the coming conflict.
How many did you see?
14,605,000.
How many did we win?
One.
I just remember watching that in the movie theater and thinking to myself, you got to be kidding me. There's only one scenario where they win. And later, you see a ton of different scenarios where they absolutely could have won. So it just really took me out of the movie, really.
To mention going into Loki or Deadpool.
Exactly. Like
every different variant where they did not lose to Thanos.
No, and that's what it's like. That's just my nitpicky first response is like, I didn't like that about the movie, but everything else is perfect. Like, I like that they had the guts to kill some characters off. And I like that one of the best is like Thanos actually wins because some of the best superhero movies of all time, the villain actually wins or the superhero loses. Like the Dark Knight, technically the Joker won that.
Yeah.
That philosophy or that what he did with Harvey Dent and everything. So
let me ask you this. Do you think that he was, however many timelines he sees, 4 billion, whatever, is he just seeing different branches off of his own timeline? Or is he seeing...
I believe so. I mean, but I think he's seeing just his reality. I don't think he's seeing other realities. But just, you're trying to tell me in his reality, out of all the ones he saw, that what we saw in the movie in Endgame is the only situation where they win? Come on.
Have you ever seen How It Should Have Ended?
Yeah.
That's a perfect example right there. Or like even Thor just hitting him in the head. Like there's a ton of scenarios that it's like, okay, in like 9 billion different scenarios, Thor didn't aim for the head. Like, come on. In 9 billion different scenarios, like
Star-Lord didn't
Thanos didn't choke on some steak while he was eating that day or something. Like, come on.
Thanos didn't have a heart attack from excitement from finally getting all the stones.
Seriously. Anyways, or Gamora just doesn't tell him where the Soul Stone is. Like, come on. Just ridiculous. Anyways, that's all. That's my only complaint.